Everyone, Sensei Shukri here again with me. So I've been involved with Moonbeam for the past 1 year, right? But in recent times, we had new people come into our Discord, and we really had to go back one step to basically explain what Moonbeam is now, and also Glimmer, because the IDO has already completed, and so has the crowd loan, and the rewards are being distributed. It's getting them interested to look at what Moonbeam is, basically to unmask Moonbeam like this and say it's not another altcoin. We don't see it as an altcoin. We see it as another blockchain. And I've been doing this during my past 2 weeks. I brief my community every Sunday and been doing it the past 2 weeks now. Here's the first session in unmasking of Moonbeam.
So in going forward, I just want to tell you that a lot of the familiar coins that you are familiar with, if you are hanging on to some of this SH1T coins, I would use this opportunity to get out, because a lot of those old coins that are not that good that you've been familiar with might go to zero. This is 2022. You want to rely on the new coins, right? You don't want to rely on the old coins anymore. Forget it. Get some cash out of it. Whatever cash that you can get out, please get out. Just get out of it, okay? You can invest in some new things. That's just the way it is. A lot of coins, my friends, will not survive. Just a lot of NFTs will not survive, okay? So one of the new ones that I'm really excited on that has a real use case is Glimmer, right? Moonbeam. I know you guys have been waiting for this, so we saw the chart there on the alts rally. Let's see what Moonbeam Glimmer. I think if there is another alts rally, Moonbeam Glimmer is going to lead. It went up very high to 310. Suddenly, it's gone down again. That is okay. But let's look at the chart for Moonbeam here. Nothing here is related to financial advice. I kind of like at this pattern, right? Because I see a lot of activities happening on Moonbeam. So I'm just going to tell you, I think we should make this into a group project on really studying this Moonbeam, because really the next cycle is finding the next Moonbeam. You guys know I found this very early on, got into the ambassadorship very early on, was really attracted by its use case, right? And this has done very, very well for me, because there are two tokens. Moon River did very well on that. And now Moonbeam. So just look at that. Let me make this bigger. And the good thing about Glimmer, there is a real use case. They are going into a lot of things. And I'm glad to tell you that even Blockchain Monster Hunt has integrated with them. So you can see even games on Moonbeam. And in the NFT discussion on Wednesday, we'll see some NFTs that are on Moonbeam. And you really like this kind of coin that is Moonbeam here, because as I said, it is an on-ramp for Polkadot onto Ethereum, right? So there's already a use case, because Ethereum is still the main one. And you can see that it is a blockchain in and of itself. It does use MetaMask. And now you have games there. You have NFTs there. And I'm sure you're going to have a lot of other applications there.
I tell them that they should look at Moonbeam just like they look at Ethereum. Don't look at it as another altcoin. Of course, you have Bitcoin, you have the alts, right, led by Ethereum. But Moonbeam is like Ethereum. Moonbeam is like Polkadot blockchain on its own, and it's the best way for people to get on Polkadot using Ethereum, right? And nowadays, look at what happened during the war. I believe everyone needs at least an application on two separate blockchains, Polkadot and Ethereum. That's the way I'm trying to tell them this. And the good thing is, with the merge of the Ethereum blockchains and what they call the triple halvening and POW turning to POS, this will bring out a lot of new development into Ethereum. And the more people develop on Ethereum, Moonbeam will benefit. Because to me, at the worst possible case, you just need to have two of everything, because we do not know what's going to happen. And here I try to tell them about this new narrative of Moonbeam that's going to be tied to the fortunes really of Ethereum.
Although what we did in Ethereum before, we kind of have to do the same thing on Moonbeam Glimmer. Now, let me bring you to the Moonbeam Glimmers things. This is very important. Remember that when we first went into here, and remember that those of you from 2017 always know I can always find the good coins that kind of go to the moon. Although I don't want to talk about the moon now, okay? Because, you know, things happen, technology changes. There's always something that becomes a darling of a certain industry. We kind of found Icon, right? If you guys remember, we kind of found Icon. We kind of found Flow when it was 10 cents. Hello, we found Icon when it was 12 cents. We found Flow when it was 10 cents. We found Arwave when it was 37 cents, although some of you sold at 70 cents. It's not like 35 bucks after getting dumped from 80 bucks. And Moonbeam, we found at 25 cents. So again, this is what I say. The thing about crypto is that you really cannot have a system because everything is changing. A Forex, I understand you have a system because it's limited, but in crypto, no. So, you know, what we did was, you know, when to find Moonbeam, I looked into the Polkadot ecosystem. I'm asking you now to look into the Ethereum, right? Saying that whatever happens in Ethereum will be translated to Moonbeam. It is already live, but I don't want to talk about that, okay? I just want you to look at what's happening there. They're working with a lot of people. But the most important thing here, that's kind of nice, is that Moonbeam also has an ecosystem. I'm going to type it here. I am going to type it here. I want you to look at the Moonbeam ecosystem because when I talk about Ethereum, I want you to remember this is kind of Ethereum's sister in Polkadot, okay? Because it's going to do the same thing. I'm going to explain to you why, okay? Where is the Moonbeam ecosystem? Where is the Moonbeam ecosystem? I'm going to show you something else also. Well, whereas this makes sense because I'm an ambassador, and the fact that they did come out with this shows you that this is kind of going to happen, okay? Moonbeam, Moonbeam, Moonbeam. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that, guys. The Moonbeam ecosystem just keeps on getting bigger. It is starting to look like Ethereum when it was young. Or maybe you can say it was starting to look like Phantom a few months ago, right? Kind of that way, right? It's kind of looking like layer 2. Remember, it's kind of looking at layer 2. Now, here's the thing, okay? Now, here's what I want to tell you. You got to really pay attention to all of this. Let me pull this up because, you know, we received an email for the Moonbeam ambassadors, and there is a contest now on making a video for the Moonbeam ecosystem. You understand what I mean? You got to make a video for the Moonbeam ecosystem. You just got to pick a certain application on the Moonbeam ecosystem, and you got to make a video about that. And I think that's cool. What's happening now? You have here, what you have here is a young ecosystem. A young ecosystem that is going to develop further. And remember that I told you that you got to get rid of the old. Just throw away the old, not financial advice, but I'm kind of like, I'm kind of trying to be, I'm trying to advise you while not giving financial advice, right? Just like get rid of the old, bring in the new. What are the things that will develop in the future? And the new is Moonbeam. I'm not going to tell you the old or people are going to hate me, okay? I'm just telling you that. This is very important. And the fact that Moonbeam has sent this challenge to all its investors means what, guys? The ecosystem within Moonbeam are important. Now, if you look at Ethereum last year, what happened? We had a lot of IDOs on Ethereum. We had all these IDO platforms, right? Or all these launch pads, right, on Ethereum and all that. We had this DeFi on Ethereum. I believe that this is also coming onto Moonbeam. Like, look at Seascape. This is kind of what? What is this, guys? This is kind of like for NFTs. Yeah, this is an exchange. I think I got the IDO for that, okay? And it's on here. A Convergence is here. A Curve is here. Curve, this is the biggest liquidity for this, right? For stable coins. You just got to do that. And that's why I say we don't have a system. We're just applying what we did before to Moonbeam. which we also applied for Icon in 2017, ETHEREUM, which we also applied for Flow 2020. Arweave was different because Arweave was a sub, a storage. Arweave was like somewhere in here, right? It was like, so it's not like sushi. It was somewhere in here. It was kind of like a storage, okay? It was kind of like a storage to Solana, okay? So you got to play that game. And I'm just telling you that this is kind of like the stepsister of Ethereum, okay?
We don't know what's
So now,
happening in the future, but we know that even people like Goldman Sachs, right, are going to go big into the metaverse. And maybe one day, who knows, maybe there's a lot of acquisition. Like, who thought that Artifact would be acquired by Nike? But it happened, and we do not know what's going to happen in Moonbeam. So what can I say? To the moon.